Hey guys, I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about biomimicry. Yes, you heard me right. Biomimicry is a term in architecture that has been used very loosely, very often. But in today's video, I'm gonna talk about what actually biomimicry is, how you can use biomimicry in your design. Plus, I will give you some examples of the buildings that are using biomimicry on everyday basis and how they have the power of changing the entire architecture industry. This video will be a really helpful video for all the architecture aspirants from first year all the way to fifth year. Probably you can get inspired from this video and probably make something like that for your final year thesis or your design projects. So guys, without any delays, let's get started with the video. So guys, what is biomimicry? So biomimicry in a very simple term is the process in which you design or create a structure which is based on a biological subject that is already present in nature. It can be a structure that is developed by an organism or the organism itself. It can be anything from a bird's nest to the bird itself. But the most essential point is you're not actually copying the total design or the layout or the biological structure of a bird. That doesn't mean biomimicry. What biomimicry means is you are creating a process, taking an inspiration from a biological organism or a system that is present in a nature and using it for a betterment of architecture or any system that you are designing. Biomimicry has been used in many fields, like coming from engineering to train design to bullet train design to a mega structure like Burj Khalifa. So biomimicry is not just exactly replicating what is there in nature like this, but biomimicry is understanding the intricate designs that are there in nature. And these designs, these structures, these organisms have evolved over millions of years. So nature has done its own research in the evolution. So any organism or anything that has been developed by nature has a huge backing of research. It works, that's why it's there, present right now. If it wouldn't, it would have been eliminated by nature itself. So that's how biomimicry can help us designing better system, more sustainable and efficient buildings, more resilient system for that matter. Because the global warming and the scenarios that are going on around the world right now is the major cause of concern. And that's why we should know about biomimicry and we should get more inspired by all the biological objects and subjects that are there around us and create something that is more resilient, environmental friendly, produces less waste and try to achieve net zero. One of my favorite example of biomimicry is from the Eastgate Center in Harare, Zimbabwe. This structure that you can see in front of you is designed on the principle of termite mounds. You might have seen these kind of structures on Discovery Channel or probably from where you are watching this video. So these structures have been evolved over the centuries and the termites have come up with this kind of structure. The speciality of this structure is it has a really good airflow and air current in it. So it doesn't heat up too much. It protects the termites from invaders or the predators. So it gives you protection. It keeps the entire colony cool because termites live in the population of millions. They have to have a good circulation of air in it, and that's what they have used in this building. What they have used is they have used the formations of this kind of structure, and by the use of artificial fans they create a current in the entire building which actually cools the building down to the 90% efficiency of an air condition. So the results are amazing. So this is one of the examples. We have a lot of such examples. One more such example of biomimicry is Burj Khalifa. Okay, before you start pounding on me and hitting me in the comment section about Burj Khalifa, I'm just saying it's not an energy efficient building, but they have inspired the shape of the building from a desert flower which is called Hymenocallis. And the Y shape of that flower has inspired the engineers of or the architects of Burj Khalifa to keep the building in that form, which actually reduces the load on the building, the wind load and wind pressure on the building, and it actually gives more accessible lighting area and more surface area for all the occupants of the building, because it creates more surfaces and more, because it creates more openings. Because it has the opportunity to create more openings and more surface area for the occupants of the building. So I'm not in favor of energy hungry buildings like Burj Khalifa, but I am in favor of using these kind of techniques or using these kind of techniques to justify your project. So you can also do something like this. Another such example of biomimicry is Centre Pompidou Metz, if I'm spelling it right, in France. It has replicated the shape of a leaf on the roof so that it allows a lot of natural light to come in, and the ventilation also improves by this kind of design. So this is not only improving the sustainability factor of it, but also the livability factor, the access to natural light, which is very important, because in most of the modern buildings right now, like because we have the access to electricity and access to cheap lighting, we have just forgotten about the natural ventilation and giving access to natural light. Sometimes we go out of the path. Sometimes we just go so far away from these paths that we don't even realize the livability factor of that space. So these are some of the examples that you can take inspiration from, and I'm sure there are many more. But don't get carried away by the shape of the building so much. Design the shape of the building so that it is more sustainable. It gives you more access to natural light, it gives more access to the natural ventilation, it gives you solar shading, it gives you access to solar heating as well, if you are in a country like Canada. So think about it, make your own plan, make your own structure, make your research about all these things, all these factors. Orient your building in such a way that it has access to the lighting, the north light, and it is away from the south direction, or it is well shaded from the south direction. You might be knowing about all these things, but what I want to highlight over here is biomimicry can actually revolutionize the entire process that we follow in architecture. Plus, it can even inspire the common people around us that don't know about the importance of sustainability in structure also. So given the scenarios right now, how the weather is changing, how the climate is changing, we have to, it's a must that we realize it as soon as possible. We have to start designing buildings that are more resilient to heat, cold, temperature change, extreme weather, calamities like tornadoes, like storms. So we have to think about all these factors, and as soon as possible. As the future generation of architects, if you are watching as an architecture student, I request you to go ahead and research about more resilient building, net zero building, carbon neutral buildings, and all these factors, and how you can integrate those kind of strategies into your design using biomimicry. I will leave you on this note, and if you like my video, if you appreciate the work that I'm doing, go ahead, hit a like and subscribe to my channel, guys. And guys, take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.